Shalom and peace and blessings, beloved brothers and sisters. As we sit here, we gather this day to rightly divide the word of truth and give encouragement to my brothers and sisters that are scattered abroad, that are waking up to their spiritual truth and understanding and truly understand that you are a spirit dressed in a tunic of skin. That many people, because of the blurring of the lines, the integrating of things that are not for you, but have gotten many people entrapped entrapped and snared in the flesh, in the passions, in the desires of this world, making that more important than your liberty, your freedom, your stability, your integrity. Compromising yourself, beloved brothers and sisters, going against the grain instead of walking with and flowing with it. Going against the holy flow instead of flowing with the holy. Amen? But we get it. I get it. And I am so blessed. I am so appreciative. Not just blessed. I really have a heart of gratitude that the Father has bestowed upon a wretched wretch like me, that was in bondage, that was blind, that was rebellious, that was hard-hearted, that was, I like to strike. I want to strike with the spirit that's trying to set me free. I'm trying to strike with the Ruach that's trying to put me on a firm foundation. I'm trying to strike with the Ruach HaKodesh that wants to give me knowledge and wisdom and understanding and to walk in a manner that I am totally content and peace with just being. As many people continuously do not understand, even though they read this gospel, they really don't digest it, or they don't look between the lines at the meat, at the hidden mysteries that were written in there. And you guys continuously keep influencing the next generation, the next generation, the next generation. That means your children, your children's children, your children's children's children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your great-great-great-grandchildren, that you are searing it and putting them in more bondage than they even understand what freedom is. They think that freedom is having materialistic wealth. They think that having all this, that freedom is, that's oppression. You're selling them into bondage. You're not even giving them an opportunity to be children, to be teenagers led in the right direction, because you're not teaching it in your house, because that's not what they taught you. That's not what you taught your grandma. That's not what you taught your great-grandma, because the enemy was so smooth to integrate dysfunction and discord, and you call it good. Oh, this is just the way it's supposed to be. The devil is a lie. Rebuke that. Compromising yourself to try to please things, integrating with the nations, taking on their cloak, doing against, transgressing against the rules that he set for us, integrating with the nations. That if you truly understood, Solomon transgressed. That was one of the awesome people in here that had a bunch of wisdom, but lacked strength and loyalty unto the Father when he married all these women that brought all their idolatries, that brought all of these things to them. And he started building altars, just like a lot of y'all do. Y'all build your altars. Y'all might not be doing it physically, but you're doing it spiritually, being brought into bondage with them, through them, for them. As well as my Israelite sisters, those sisters that are born of the Spirit, you guys are compromising yourself by integrating with the nations and taking on their customs as Solomon did. That was an example for you, spirit brothers and sisters. That's an example for you. And you know what the servant is speaking is a truth. Because they integrate a little bit of their customs, they integrate a little bit of that custom, they draw a little bit from over here, what's pleasing to their eye, that's what you're going to succumb to. And that's whether you male or female, because you are a spirit and you succumb for the passions, the pleasures, the sensuality of the tunic of skin that you are dressed in, child. Not understanding and being able to distinguish between both because the lines have been so blurred, so integrated in your flesh, seared in your heart, to give you a hardened heart against the things that the Spirit is trying to give you, to let you and give you freedom. You guys white-knuckled and fight against the Creator to keep hold of the things that are destroying you. And you make that a custom to pass on to the next generation. Wicked influences, perversion, corrupt communications, all these things. All these things. Vanity, gluttony, destroying yourself, perversion, adultery, and these are bondages and chains, pollution that is in your bloodline, and you continue passing it down until you finally say, you know what, that's enough. I'm not going to sit here and be saying to myself, I ain't going to be struggling for all of these things that all the rest of these people are looking crazy about. I'm going to come back, as this gospel says, to come, seek the ancient paths, and you will find rest for your flesh and your soul. Because you're not going to desire to be in bondage. You're not going to desire to be in your passions. You're not going to desire to be in your pleasures, polluting yourself, putting yourself under bondage, lusting for materialistic things, losing your life. Desire things that are temporary versus things that are eternal. Each day as we go through these days, beloved spirit brothers and sisters, the Holy One, our great Creator, AIA, the Almighty, He is touching people. He's pouring out His Spirit from on high. And may you be blessed to catch that. To be filled by that. So He can fill your vessel that it overflows with His goodness, His presence, His beauty. His beauty. His radiance. Without having to please people, without having to do, you just walk into a room and they're going to know there's something different about you. Them entities that are around there are going to sit here and start back. They're going to start throwing, and y'all need to stop doing that if you're doing it. When you're speaking evil, those are darts and arrows and spears that they are throwing, bows that they're throwing at you. But you are covered. You are covered so that way it will not penetrate you because of the covering of the Holy One to cause you to stumble and react. As Proverbs says, when you stoop to the level of the foolish, you're looking just as foolish. They done got you entrapped and snared. Why? Don't entertain that. Bless them. May the Holy One bless you and keep going. Keep going. Don't turn back, because that's what, when you give it a little bit of attention, when you give a little attention to the darkened spirit, to the unclean spirits, it has that opportunity, that crack of that door is open, spirit brothers and sisters, to keep you and draw you back. That little influence, that little shiny stuff over here on the side that catches your eye, that little bling over there, ooh, or that outfit over there, or that car over there, or the thing to desire. We shouldn't desire nothing. We should be content with what we have and thank the Father for that. That's a heart of gratitude. That even though you're driving a beat-up car, guess what? At least you're driving a beat-up car. You could be walking, complaining about that. You know, the Father One doesn't like for you to complain. He wants you to be in peace. He wants you to sit here and be in love. He wants you to radiate that faith and believe in spirituality things And knowing that, you know what, we're just here temporary. I'm just a sojourner. I'm just passing through this. I'm just passing through here. I'm not making this my home because it's not your home, child. If you're making it your home, you're going to be carnal and you're not thinking of the things from above, as the gospel says. You are putting your things on the things that are temporary and losing yourself for the things that are going to not be no more. Don't do that to yourself. Be a light in the darkness. When they start bringing all that negative energy, that them blood suckers, them energy suckers, that many people don't understand. When you go home, you're just so wore out because you entertain many things that drew that from you, and you opened that door because you have the authority of the Spirit to sit here and say, "Not here." And they're going to speak evil of you, even the people that you are used to entertaining with all of this mess. When you finally say, you know what, let's do something different because all of that ain't solving nothing. It ain't solving. And does it solve anything? Be honest. The truth will set you free. Does it solve anything? No. But it can influence you to be dark, spot, blemish, wrinkled. Amen. Polluted. And many people are walking like, oh yeah, you know, you're blind. You're blind. If you know that's what that causes, and you know that's not right, and you know that we shouldn't be doing and entertaining these things because we're just making things worse instead of making things better. Instead of uplifting things to the creators, we're sitting here trying to put it in our hands so we can share it around. Well, how about sharing the goodness of the Spirit around? And walking in what's righteous and just. Setting boundaries, not entertaining things. That's showing more strength. And you don't have to say nothing. Unless it's appointed to you. And when you're in the Spirit, guess what? It is going to make you feel uncomfortable. Because you know that's the darkness, that's just what you're putting in the air. You want to be part of that? And when people are around you, sometimes you have to correct the people that are carnal and they're blind. They blind even though they think they're holy and they're walking sacred. They blind when they're filling themselves with their vessels with all this mess that keep them unstable, unbalanced, fallen, broken, and not at peace. But that is not from the Creator. That is not from the Almighty. That is not what He gives you. But He will let you have that because that's what your heart desires. What is it what you desire this day? You have to make a solemn choice, beloved brothers and sisters. You have to. You know, the Father tells us that He's placed good and evil before. We know good and evil. If you know the difference between good and evil, and you are still making what is evil, what is to be good, to entertain it, then you're at fault. If not, you ain't going to entertain it. No, we're not going to do that here today. We're going to change things up. Let's go do something positive. Let's go do good for our elders. Let's go ask somebody, an auntie, an uncle, or somebody, hey, can we do something? Let me, it's whatever. It ain't going to be much. But it's going to show that you are more about the Father's business than yours. And you're utilizing your time here on earth to do more things than just be full of yourselves and allowing the flesh to rule over and dictate the outcome of many situations, broken relationships, because y'all don't know how to maintain that. Many people don't. They want to be married over here, all googly eyes, and we're all this and all that at one time. But here comes somebody else that's Rico Suave over here moving. You already got your eye over here. What you doing over here? The enemy works crafty like that. And guess what? Now you torn, you're unstable, you're not in peace, it done robbed you of that. You ain't content. Now you're just ready, your flesh is just ready to go get defiled. And then you got homegirls or homeboys that are going to influence and even take you there. Oh, I got this over here. You just go, with friends like that, do you need enemies? that are going to influence you to break sacred things, to break covenants, to break all of these things, to be defiled just because of temporary pleasures. They only last for a second. Then you got to deal with all that backlash of that wave that's going to come at you. And many people are not ready for that, and they're dying. They go into drinking and drugging and in their pity and all. It's too late for that. Stand on that foundation. Shake it off. Dust yourself off. Admit your guilt to the Father, first and foremost. You know what? I've sinned against you. I knew you set boundaries. I know that you did. Even though they ain't taught me, I know it's in me because I know what's good. I know what's right. And I know what's wrong. And I know what's evil and wicked. I know what's going to kill the flesh. And I know what's going to restore it. I know what's going to sit here and give me diabetes. I know what's going to sit here and give me high blood pressure. I know what's going to give me an STD. I know all of these things, but I also know what is going to be good for it and keep it while I am here. What I'm speaking right now, I'm not here, Zephaniah here, Ezra here, Maccabees here, Wisdom here, Ephesians here, but I'm speaking this gospel. Because it makes a lot of sense when it's in your heart and he puts it in layman's term, in words for this world to understand. Choose what you're going to serve. The flesh to destruction or the spirit to life. Because you can't do both. That's making you unstable, unbalanced, beloved brothers and sisters. I love y'all. I love everybody. I don't care how sacred you think you are. I don't care how much of an Israelite and chosen you think you are. You know what? There's boundaries. There's structure. There's precepts. There's judgments. That we know if we cross those lines, what's going to happen. And if you don't, just look at what's going on in your family. Just look at what's going on in your nations. Just look at what's happening in your tribes. And tell me you don't see it. I love y'all. Y'all comment and share. This ain't nothing about me. It's about waking your spirit, feeding your spirit, and giving you the opportunity to make a choice. And to recognize things, spirit brothers and sisters. Come on. And stop it. Generational curses, I'll say it again, ain't going to stop until you become unselfish and you finally say this is enough. I've transgressed long enough. I've been rebellious and hard-hearted because I wanted to please people. I wanted to go with the flow. Stand strong. The Father's with you. Peace and blessings. Shalom.